So I prayed last night, and I prayed the night before that. The night before that, I prayed and I suppose you could say encountered God. Basically, went over. I posted a video about the prayer, but last night I prayed and discovered something different regarding the soul. So last night I was pondering how free will can coexist with God's omniscience, that being His understanding of the future. If you know the future, but the human soul is truly free and can make whatever decision it wants, how can that be so? And the conclusion I came to after quite a lot of pondering is that, well, two things. First, he knows everything that follows the rules, including the brain. I think the brain slash mind is the physical representation of the soul. It is physical method through which we think. And that has rules, which I've noticed is what leads me to dissociate. It's not that when I always say my brain does this, my brain reacts with that, my brain releases these neurochemicals. It's not me, it's my brain doing that. And the brain follows rules, but the initiative is from me, my soul, my consciousness. That's one reason I believe in supernatural anything, well, mainly God, of course, because of the soul. I don't think consciousness can be formed purely through a brain. And also, he knows everything else that follows rules, like atoms and things that he defines, so that is, things you can understand through just rules. But the human soul has free will, so how does that work? And I realized if you were to know someone truly infinitely, you know their actions. Okay, but what if they choose to change? If you know them even better, you'll know how they'll change. You'll know how they'll react to different circumstances. You know how they change based on what changes will happen, and how, if in a different circumstance they decided to try and trick you, how they would trick you, and if based on past events they knew you knew that, how, etc., etc. He knows us infinitely so well, and that is what he knows our hearts mean. Not just he knows us like a really close friend and knows our hearts in that way, but I believe it means he truly knows our soul to an infinite degree to which we can't necessarily comprehend. And our soul influences mind. So the reason he can understand the future is because he knows us so well, and he knows the laws of the universe because he created it. So, in essence, anything we try to do to outsmart his omniscience, he already knows how we would do that. And there is no way we could outthink it, because he knows how we would try to outthink and how we would try to paradoxically outthink that outthinking and subvert your own mind, which doesn't really, I went through all that. It was pretty paradoxical to think of, but that's my belief on it. Our souls and our consciousness are free and able to make changes, and the initiative is sent to the mind. The mind is a physical representation of our thoughts. Those have follow rules. And I discovered that I have a soul, and I am not just a brain, and I need to consider that, and that is a literally long short, so adios and be good.